Now we need to move this one, that is this purple box, based on the arrow clicked by the user. That is, when the user presses the right arrow, this should move to the right hand side. When the user presses the up arrow, this should move to the top, like that. So how we can do that? If we listen to the keyboard events, that is the key down and key up events, we can decide which key is clicked. So the key down event is triggered when the user presses a key, and the key up event is triggered when the user releases a key. So as you might have already noticed, when you try to catch this one using this big box, we will not release the key until we reaches the position we want, right? Suppose this small box is here. Then we will use the right arrow to move towards this, and we will not release the right arrow until we reach up to this. So we can have 4 different variables like up, down, left and right. And when the key down event is triggered, we can set the value to true based on the key clicked. And once the user releases or the key up event is triggered, we can set their value back to false. So we are going to do that now. Here after this, let me try to listen to the key down and key up events on the canvas. So first I need to access the canvas. So $#, the ID is my canvas, right? It is my canvas dot key down, and we can write key up here itself because jQuery allows method chaining. And here let me write the function, and before that let me have 4 different variables after this. So here where, let me have them like up false, down false, left false, and also right to be false. Let me remove these 4 lines of code because we don't need these squares now. Now we have created 4 different variables up, down, left and right, and set their values to be false. So if we specify event here using the key code, we can get the value of the key clicked. So if we start from left arrow and go in the clockwise direction, it is 37 for left, 38 for up arrow, 39 for right arrow, and 40 for down arrow. So here I can specify if event dot key code equals 37, it means the user has clicked the left arrow. In that case, we can specify the value of left to be true. So the key down event will be triggered when the user presses a key, and key up will be triggered when the user releases a key. So to check which key is clicked, we have specified event.keyCode equals 37 means 37 is the value of the left arrow. So for the key down, we are setting its value to be true. Here let me remove these curly braces because we just have one line of code and it is not necessary to have a curly brace. And if we include curly braces, there will be too many. Okay. Now let me copy this and paste it 3 more times for other arrows as well. Okay. Now here, okay, it is this much is enough. So left is true, and if the value is 38, it means up. That is, the value of up should be true. If it is 39, it means right. And if the value is 40, it is down, right? So it is easy to remember. It starts from 37 for left and then it moves in the clockwise direction. So left, up, right and down, 37, 38, 39 and 40. Again, for the key up, we need to set their values to be false, right? So here, what we can do, we can just copy this. Here it should be event, and here I can paste it. Paste and change the values to false. So false. Let me copy this and paste it for these 3 values. Paste, paste. Now what happens? Each time the key is pressed, these values will be set. So after this, let me create another function called redraw to redraw the elements. Okay. So here how we can do that? If up. What does that mean? Actually, the user has pressed the up arrow, which means this box should move towards this side. That is, the value of y should be reduced. So we can decide how much it should move. Let me have another global variable like frame distance, okay, and let me set its value to be 5. And here, if up, then what should I do? I need to reduce the value of big Y by frame distance. So here I can specify big Y minus equals frame distance. Similarly, for all the other arrows, we need to change the values. So let me copy it. And if down, what should be done? We can increase the value, right? It should move towards the bottom, means the value of y should be increased. Then for left, it will be big X minus equals frame distance, because it has to move towards the left hand side. That is, the value of X should be reduced. And for right, it should be big X again, and it should be plus equals. That is, the value should be increased. Now, after this, what we can do, we can actually draw the elements, right? So here, as we have done before, let me specify context dot fill style, and let me specify a color like #FF00FF. Okay, then let me draw the rectangle. So context dot fill rect, I need to specify big X comma big Y, and I need to specify the length, right? Big length comma big length. And after this, let me draw the small rectangle or the square. So context dot fill style equals, let me specify the color like #00FFFF. That is the color I want to specify. Then context dot fill rect, this is for the small one. So small x comma small y, and I need to specify small length comma small length. Okay,